Christopherson here again with another first listen review. And this is a band that I kind of discovered, I don't know, probably right around 2011, 2012, somewhere there, so, I don't know, a little around 10 years ago or so. And it's hard to believe this is only their 8th album, but the band is Within Temptation, and the album is called Bleed Out. And I don't know, it just seems like they have so much more stuff, probably because I have a lot of like bootleg stuff, a lot of lives and remixes and stuff of these guys. I've really fell in love with her name is Sharon Den Adel. I think I'm saying that right. The lead vocalist has just this voice, and the first song I ever heard was actually this really mellow song called The Unforgiving. There's a few different versions of that too, but the one I heard was like just like orchestral and just her singing over it, and her voice, it was just like mesmerizing to me. And I don't even remember where I heard it, but I remember that was the first one I had heard, and I had to get everything from them from that point on, everything before and after. They're kind of a symphonic metal band, I guess is the easiest way to describe them, but they do a lot more stuff than that. They do experiments, and especially on this one, they do a lot more experimental stuff on this one, but that's kind of like the style I guess they would be most known for. And the last album was out in 2019, and so it's been a little bit since they have released anything, but not too long. But I was really eager to hear this one, and I was really pleased with this album. I'm just gonna get right into it. This is I was like very happy. This is everything I was hoping it was going to be, and actually better. So it's always nice when that happens. I had actually heard the last song on the album is called Entertain You. I'd heard that one as a single like a while ago. It's actually probably my least favorite one on the album after listening to it. And that's saying a lot because that's a good song. So the lead guitarist, Ruud Jolie, I'd actually just got done listening. He has a couple projects off the side, but he's got one called For All We Know, and I didn't even know that existed, quite honestly. And I just got a couple of the CDs of that here about 2-3 weeks ago, and I just was listening to those and really enjoying that. And it was quite a different style of music than I was expecting from him, but still heavy. But anyway, that's a whole different thing there. I might do a review on one of them at some point in time. But this album here, if you're familiar with them at all, they're kind of like originally were more symphonic. There's a lot of just a lot of the bands were doing this type of stuff like Nightwish, and probably the most famous band for that style of music, and other bands like Delane, and I don't know, there's tons of bands that do this style of music, but this Within Temptation is probably the band I feel does it probably the best, and they have the same vocalist that they've started with, and as far as I know, they've never changed vocalists. I don't think I have anything different. And that's one thing that I can't say for a lot of these other bands. They change the vocalists a lot, and it kind of like loses the identity of the band, even though the style is the same. I think when it comes to some of these symphonic bands, when they change the vocals so much, they lose their identity. And she's got such an amazing style of singing that anything they do still sounds like Within Temptation. To me, she's like the glue that holds it all together. And on this album, they're doing a lot more heavier rhythmic stuff. I've noticed the drums are like a lot more energetic on this album, and they have this feeling of like tension on a lot of the songs. Like you're just like, it's always ready to like, just like you're ready for the build to like explode it, or however you want to describe that. There's a lot of tension in the songs, and I really like that style of playing and writing. And a couple different things I noticed on here is the sounds of the keys on this one. They're experimenting a lot more with different sounds. It was just more, like I was trying to say earlier, that was just more orchestral to begin with, the stuff they used to do on just big symphonic type music, along with the heavy guitars and drums and stuff. And now on here they're kind of making the keyboard more up front. They're experimenting with some different, more keyboardish sounds, for lack of a better way to describe it, instead of just like strings and orchestral type sounds that they hear with the keys a lot. and they're making it more of a, I don't want to say it's poppy because it's nothing pop about this at all, but it's more attractive to the ear. It's kind of more memorable, and it's got a little bit of a hook to it. Like I said, nothing pop about this at all, but it's some of that drags you in a little bit more than just having it as a background filler and building the song up. It's actually more up front as part of the actual song, if that makes any sense at all. But I think some of you understand what I'm trying to say there. And then there's a little bit more of the lower register singing on this one, instead of the operatic stuff like she's done a lot in the past, more just straight ahead singing. And I think part of that is because they recorded a lot of these as just singles. They didn't go and record the whole album all at once, and so maybe they were just going for that style of just singles instead of something that may have been considered more of an album track. They're just kind of writing each song and recording them as they went, for the most part anyway. And a couple of the highlights on here, I think, are the songs Worth Dying For. That one's like super heavy. It's got a really cool rhythm to the drums that I've never heard them do with any of their other stuff. And Shed My Skin was really cool. And it's got a little bit of the operatic stuff still going on in there. And those are probably my favorite ones on there. And then it, of course, ends with Entertain You, which starts out with the male vocals, which there's a lot more of that on their earlier stuff, and on this one it was mainly just Sharon singing. So that's how I prefer it, actually, so I wasn't disappointed with that at all. But anyway, that's just kind of a quick overview of this one, because I'm sure this isn't a band, at least where I'm from, that's like super huge. So in fact, I don't know anybody else that even knows who this band is. I was at band practice tonight, I was talking about how amazing this album was, and the guys had no idea who I was even talking about, which is kind of sad, because there's like way more people should know this band. So anyway, that's my quick take on it. If there's anybody out there that really has something they want to like share that's cool that maybe I've forgotten, as always, feel free to leave your comments down below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe, and we can maybe get this band heard a little bit more from a few more people out there, because this band should really be heard by more people. So that's my little push for it anyway. And so I'll talk to you guys on the next one. We'll see you.